Hi, my name's Steve Masters. I'm the lead game designer on Assassin's Creed 3. Pleasure to be here showing you Assassin's Creed 3 today. We've got a huge demo for you. We've got the Frontier, we've got Boston, we've got New York, we've got a crazy demo of our naval stuff as well. So this is absolutely going to be huge for you. We've spent the last 3 years absolutely rebuilding our gameplay from the ground up so that we can show you some crazy new stuff. What?
I got him! I got him! And he has the belt.
How you doing, man?
And you know who I am? I'm HipHopGamer. I'm having so much fun. You don't understand right now. First of all, thank you, man. Thank you so much, man. For real. Such a great-ass game. Now, I'm going to tell you one thing that I saw that was crazy, and this was beyond the ship fight, because that was crazy. But the actual action that they have right now, they made the fighting in Assassin's Creed 3 cinematic. It's crazy. So, I'll give you an example. Let's say there's two people coming at you, right? With these two people, you got your axe and stuff like that, right? So you cut them with the axe and then go, boom, kick them here. And then they show it in an angle where it's like you're in a movie, but you're still controlling the character. I loved it. It's different, and this is what we needed to give not just the industry, but the franchise a bigger boost. I know you guys worked very hard. So what's some of the things or some of the feedback that you've been getting from the community that made you guys realize that there's some things that need to be changed, and you did it successfully? It's great, man.
Yeah, that's right. You know, we spent like 3 years working on this. We've been back since January 2010. We've been thinking about what can we do to push this even further, right? So, you know, we've been rebuilding things from the ground up. Like you saw, you have all those contextual attacks. You have the crazy double assassinations using the musket, stabbing through the guy, right?
We're going to talk about that.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to talk about that.
Awesome. You know, we've got air assassinate with every single weapon now, so you can be climbing in the trees and jump out of there and take a guy down with a tomahawk, with a musket, with a war club, whatever you want.
That's crazy. Now, I love the fact that you guys got that much more creative. There's a part in the game, right, where you can hire these soldiers, you know, that look just like, you know, the people that's going to try to kill you. Stuff like that, you know, because you're in the revolution. So you can walk with your hands back, you know, like this, and you got to walk slow so it looks believable. You know what I'm saying? All these things. So that right there blew me away. So let me ask you this. Considering that you got these new creative ways to sneak around and things like that, there's got to be some new creative ways that the enemies is going to try to get you. So can you talk about the AI a little bit and how that's going to play a part in the game?
Yeah, for sure, man. Like with the new era, like being in the American Revolution, they've got new weaponry, and they're going to be coming at you with new strategies as well.
Okay.
Like they're going to be lining up in firing lines, and like guys on the floor kneeling down, guys behind them shooting over their shoulders. They'll be using, and you'll be able to take a meat shield and like hold a guy to defend yourself against all those bullets, right? So you got guys with boarding axes as well, and think about a musket, right? It's a 6-foot weapon, and it's got a 12-inch sword on the end of that, right? It's absolutely crazy, right? So they've got these the crazy new weapons. You got all sorts of different tactics they use in the combat as well. So for example, like previously you used to be able to take your kill streaks and just mow through everybody, right? There was no real resistance to what they were to what you were doing. But now they'll take different strategy. You'll see a guy like grab you in the middle and headbutt you, right?
Oh, word.
And he is just going to stop you in the middle of your tracks there, right? So you got to take a different approach to defeat him. So go in there and like trip him up, knock him on his backside.
Yeah, I seen that in the animation how you trip on and he laid
Right. Yeah, and then just hit him in the chest when he's laying on the floor, right? So it's crazy. Like we have a lot of different ways of defending against the player and making sure that you're challenged to use a good strategy to defeat them.
So it's a lot more balanced, you know what I'm saying? All right, now check this out, sorry. I'm gonna seal the deal right now. I'm gonna seal the deal. Okay, here's the thing. When I was, and I said this a couple of times, but in the ship fight, right? To me, that was the thing that changed Assassin's Creed. That changed it all. So let me ask you a question. With this ship fight and stuff like that, how epic does it get? The reason why I'm asking this is because I know from what I saw, that's just teasing us. So there's obviously more, you know what I'm saying, to that fight. Is there anything you could kind of like let sneak out a little bit on what you guys doing with this game in terms of the ships? Will there be even bigger battles with more ships? Like, you know, where are you guys taking it? You know what I'm saying? Because I think this is amazing.
Man, if you're a fan of American history, you will know that the ships were like a critical moment, a critical part of the success of the revolution, right? Without their involvement, they never would have done it. And we are going to get some absolutely crazy stuff with that. There are some really critical moments in the story where you're going to be involved with big ship battles, and there's going to be quite a few of them on screen. Right?
I just needed to hear that and stuff like that. Right now, my homeboy Carl, Critical Eye, he holding the camera, and he's up there telling me to look at the screen because, like, yo, it looks so crazy. So the next thing I want to talk about is I see the graphical fidelity has been risen. You know what I'm saying? So now you guys been working on this since 2010. From a graphical standpoint, how do you guys continue to capitalize on a game that has a lot of games out, like from Brotherhood to Revelations, Assassin's Creed 1 and 2? It's been a lot of Assassin's Creeds that came out. So I know it's kind of hard, you know, to keep maxing it out like that. What did you guys do this time from a graphical standpoint to get it to look this polished?
You know, our engineers are absolutely crazy. They are absolute wizards of what they do, man. What we're calling this is Anvil Next, right? We've been taking our engine, we've been rebuilding core components of it so that we can do absolutely nuts stuff. Like you saw in our Bunker Hill demo, there were a couple thousand soldiers on screen at the same time. We've never been able to do that.
Hold up. I'm sorry to stop him. Was that all in real time? Is that something that we're going to experience?
That's something you're living and playing, yeah.
Let me tell you what, alright, listen. 1,000 people on screen, a truly remarkable revolution in fighting in Assassin's Creed is here. Now I understand why this was worked on since January 2010. This game is amazing. Continue, please.
Man, that's just the start of it. I mean, once you get into what we're doing with the Frontier, with all the organic terrain and climbing around on the rocks and running through the trees and stuff, like the technology that we're using for that is just crazy. The way we can do our foot planting, the way the hands move on the rock faces, like we worked with real climbers and stuff to get really accurate data for how that's going to work, and we built it so that we could create a really organic environment, which we've never been able to do before. You know, traditionally in an action adventure, you have like your platforming section, which is really beautiful and organic, and then you have your fighting section, which is on like a little arena, right?
It's like a small closed door kind of way.
That's it, right. And we've blown that door away, right? We are just removing that.
I could definitely tell. I'm going to cut you off, but I really got to say this. But when I saw the fight and the guy jumped on the table, he landed on the table and then rolled over, I'm like, okay, this ain't the Assassin's Creed that I'm used to. Like, you guys really changed it up a lot, especially from a combat standpoint, which something I really was waiting for real, because to me, I'll be honest, I loved the combat initially, but there's parts that I felt was getting kind of stale. Now, yo, it's really crazy, and I see the dynamics and I see where you worked hard at. I really appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? What happened? Oh, yeah. Oh, that's another thing. Yo, there's a part, all right, check this out. There's a part in the game, right, where you see a lady in the window, and you jump through the window, running through the joint, and when you ran through it, it went into cinematic mode, and you was Yo, the game is insane. I'm so excited for you guys, man. I truly am, man. Now, my next question is this. You know, considering that you're going back, like, in time, you know, to American Revolution, you know, what's some of the weaponry that we're going to see? Because you got to do your history in order to make sure all the weapons and everything in that time frame is there. Now, will all these weapons be there? And if so, will you be able to use them as the main character as well?
Oh, absolutely, man. We have got, like, I mean, the classical, like, Brown Bess musket, that's the mainstay of the British Army, right? That's where they were all armed with that. But you also have a crazy number of different, like, pistols and stuff. You have your standard pistol, you have what's called a duckfoot, which has 4 different barrels pointing out in different directions, and they all fire at the same time, right? This is like precursors to revolvers as well, like with 4 different barrels that you can, like, crank around and fire individually. I'm probably not allowed to talk about all of this, but
well, it's the exclusive on the Hip Hop Gamer Show, baby.
Yeah. You've also got the like the bow that the Connor uses.
Yes.
It's a great stealthy weapon. Take people out at distance without them, like, getting too aware of that. We've got trip mines. We've got poison darts. We've got snares. We've got all sorts of crazy stuff. Yeah.
I have a major question for you, because this is something that I love and hate about Assassin's Creed, but you still gotta play it. Now, there's parts where there's stealth, right? Where you can't be detected, and if you be detected, the mission is over and stuff like that. I'm not sure if you guys got it in this game, but is there a way where you have the option to go stealth or go balls out? Like, I really need to know this because I think it will create new gameplay and new dynamics, but new options for certain players. There's millions of people that got Assassin's Creed, but there's still millions of people that didn't get into it. So a lot of that because of style of play. Not everybody plays Splinter Cell because they're not stealthy. You see what I'm saying? So it'll be great if you had that option for Assassin's Creed. Will that option be there? If so, how?
Okay, so what we've done is we've built, we've introduced constraints in Brotherhood, and we expanded on it in Revelations. This time the constraints are really good. Like, we have up to 3 constraints we can add to a mission at any time, and that's basically an optional way for you to play the game, right? So I can give you a mission where you're out to assassinate a general in the other army, right? And you're out there, you're trying to take him down, but I can add in a constraint that says don't be detected when you assassinate him. Okay? So I can give you the option to play stealthy or to be balls out.
So
right?
It's optional.
Yeah, that's it.
That's all I've been asking. That's all I really wanted to know.
I have to disappoint you a little bit and say there are a couple minutes where we ask you to be totally stealthy.
Okay, but that makes sense to the story. That makes sense.
Yeah, but we've also improved like how we handle our checkpoints. So like previously, if you failed on a stealth thing, often you'd have to go like way back in the mission, right?
Yes.
We are making that a lot better. So you're not going to lose a huge amount of progress. You're going to be able to just step back real quick to where you were and continue on really quickly.
And that right there will make a person continue to replay it because, you know what I'm saying? Because someone like me, I get frustrated and I'm like, yo, sir, like, and then I turn the game off and then go back to it when I'm mentally ready to go to it. So that's amazing. Now, one thing about Assassin's Creed that's always been great is the actual environments, the era and the area that you're playing in, but also the future and the past. That's always been something. So are we going to see anything dealing with the future in this game, or is it strictly based off the past and American Revolution?
Desmond is going to be returning. You're going to see some really cool stuff with him. I would love to tell you what he's going to be up to. They're not letting me talk about this one.
Alright, the reason why I was, let me tell you something. When y'all first announced the whole American Revolution thing, the first thing that came to my mind wasn't the revolution. What came to my mind is what's going on today in the world, and knowing that there's always some sort of future representation in the game. What if we gonna see some future war going on in Assassin's Creed? That would be crazy. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I asked that. But I understand, you know, you can't talk about it right now, so I ain't gonna pressure you. Now, will there be a demo for Assassin's Creed 3?
I can't tell you that either. We're working real hard on finishing the game right now. So if we get some time to do that, we're going to see what we can do.
Okay. Now, another thing I wanted to ask about, and this is customization. I think it'd be real cool if you guys had it set up where you could, it's medieval times, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, like, you know, back in the old days. So, like, it'd be real cool if you could craft your own weapon or make your own type of armor. The reason why I say this is because in the game you have a blacksmith where he creates the things for you. It'd be hot if there was an option where you could create what you wanted with what's around the area and have something in the game that may not be in somebody else's game because you created it. I think that'd be something that fans will love. Even if they didn't ask for it, I think it's something that they'll love. Have you guys thought about anything like that?
That is a rad idea, and I can't talk about anything associated to it.
Y'all trying, y'all trying. So on that note, man, when can we expect Assassin's Creed 3 to hit?
We're hitting all platforms October 30th this year.
And will we see Assassin's Creed move into the future in terms of the next PlayStation, you know, PlayStation 4, you know, the next Xbox or whatever? Is Assassin's Creed going to live on, or will it end for these consoles?
The brand will live on.
The brand will live on. It's over. It's your boy HipHopGamer. I'm having the time of my life, man. Assassin's Creed 3, we gonna see that soon. God bless you guys. It's been amazing, man. We live here at Sony. So, Oh, you gotta spin the bell one time for him, baby. Yeah. Assassin's Creed 3, and we out, baby. Peace.
Awesome.